don't know. Like, how I dealt with it, I just prayed and then came in here and then I don't know. But yeah, it was so deep. See, I don't even want to put my business out there.
Once more, Chrisean Rock is in tears. This time, sis, it's not about Blueface. Not a mugshot, no sloppy altercation on camera this time. It's about her kid Junior, who has been the focus of her universe since she gave birth. Now, rumors are circulating that her own sister recently betrayed him in a startling way, and from Konam's online breakdown, you can feel the betrayal. The theme of Kash's story has always been survival. She had a difficult upbringing because her family's drama was as loud as the turbulence of her celebrity life. She has, however, made it plain how much she loves baby Junior despite all of the arguments, fighting, damaged teeth, and toxic relationship with Blueface. He provided her with focus while everything else was swirling, and she referred to him as her miracle. This fresh familial betrayal is particularly painful because of this. Since Khan's siblings have a history of being untidy, let's face it, we have witnessed the sisters sharing family secrets for likes, the conflicts becoming viral, and the arguments on Instagram Live. It's not only about Kraka's business, though, this time. It has to do with her child. Baby Junior was allegedly personally implicated in a move made by her sister.
And you don't cross that line.
Nobody is aware of all the details yet, but the streets are already erupting in accusations of treachery, whether it is leaking private images of the child, attempting to obtain custody, or racing to CPS with allegations of Kraka's parenting. She also didn't take it quietly, Chrisean. With her mascara running, her voice cracking, and her vows that she's giving it her all as a mother, she went live on Instagram. She implores people to realize how difficult it is to be watched closely all the time. That despite the internet's mockery of her every error, she is attempting to mature. You could see the anguish of someone who doesn't feel safe even in her own family when you watched her weep over her own sister. It is being devoured by the internet. Some fans are sympathetic, of course. She is young. She is gaining knowledge. Love, not hate, is what she needs. Some people are chilly. Perhaps there is validity in your own sister's criticism of you. In any case, Baby Junior's name is everywhere on the list of popular posts, and blogs are constantly sharing videos of Chrisean's breakdown. Indeed, the streets are discussing more than simply Chrisean's tears. They're also discussing how far a family would go when clout and children are mingled together. And child, you can only image how terrible the story will get if this is how it begins.
Motherly instincts kicked in. Why didn't your motherly instincts kick in day one when you gave birth? Why? Because I was there. It didn't kick in. It didn't kick in. When the nurses came in there and told you, can they talk to you about yourself? You're like, no. Just go ahead and put it out there. Whatever's wrong. Yeah, and they said you had chlamydia.
Since child Chrisean received her version, her sister received hers, and the blogs are consuming both. The way this whole affair is being spun depends on where you are on the internet. The sheer emotion on Kash's side is evident. She sobbed as she went live on Instagram, claiming that she was being harassed and that her sister was envious, resentful, and trying to gain influence. No matter how crazy her life became, she vowed to do her best for baby Junior by feeding him, loving him, and keeping him close. As she put it, this is about betrayal, not concern. She was positioned by her tears as the victim, the criticized mother, and the person who loves her child more than anybody else. Her supporters quickly adopted that spin. Keep Croc safe at all costs. She is making every effort. But according to her sister, who is portraying herself as the voice of reason, influence wasn't the issue here. It has to do with baby Junior's security. She seems to be implying that she has seen things that are hidden from the general population. That Kraka's extravagant way of life isn't quite impenetrable. She is portraying herself as the protector by making that startling step, whether it was calling CPS, filing for custody, or simply posting receipts online. Where she feels Kron failed, the ante is filling in. She is not a hater on her side of the internet. She is an informant. And the blogs don't give a damn about who is correct, sis.
Clicks are important to them.
Fans are also divided. According to Team Croon, family members shouldn't be participating in public, particularly when a newborn is present. They are criticizing the sister for creating private content for the internet and for being thirsty. However, A team sister asserts that whether blood is involved or not, someone must speak up if the child's welfare is in jeopardy. They contend that anarchy is made possible by quiet. Thus, the spin battle between Sean, the injured mother, and her sister, the self-proclaimed savior, is underway. Baby Jr., who doesn't even know his name, is caught in the midst and is currently trending.
My sisters that loves to pray. And my mom, she
See, people might be more lenient toward her sister if this was the first time that her family's business was featured on a blog. But this is nothing new, darling. Before Croc, the Rock household had been disorganized. And for that reason, when her name and the word family appear together in a sentence, people on the street are willing to believe anything. Let's go back. Kiss's music and her crazy journey with Blueface weren't the only factors in her ascent to prominence. It has to do with her family's public drama. Do you recall the widely shared altercation during a family barbecue in which she attacked her own siblings? Wigs sliding, fists flying, and cameras rolling. That video went viral. She clapped back harder as her brother called her out for embarrassing the family during their back and forth. Every few months, one of Rock's siblings would go online to vent their childhood traumas, call her unstable, or spill tea. They had Instagram lives in place of family dinners. Therefore, it didn't seem unexpected to anyone when they learned that her sister had supposedly moved against Baby Jr. It seemed like the next untidy installment of a story we've heard far too often. This is about more than one infant. Within her own family, there is a pattern of treachery, envy, and clout chasing. Furthermore, Chrisean herself has given them ammunition. Let's face it. She has been in the news for everything but peace, from arrests to public outbursts to tense altercations with Blueface. Many of her admirers hoped that motherhood would center her and help her relax after she became a mother. To be fair, there have been instances of it. Pictures of her caressing Junior's cheeks, tender recordings of her rocking him, and those moments when she appears to be just another new mother attempting to figure things out. However, the turmoil persisted. Her detractors, including her family, may easily claim she is unfit because the previous headlines follow her into every new situation. This is the reason this sister move was so powerful. This betrayal is not one time. It draws from a lengthy history of the Rock family betraying one another by using humiliation in public as a weapon. Kiss's meltdown was caused by déjà vu as much as Baby Jr. Once more, her relatives placed her business on the street rather than shielding her. Thus, the background is evident. Blueface in the tabloids and internet trolls may not be Chrisean's worst adversaries. The individuals that share her last name may be the cause.
My sisters that loves to pray. And my mom, she put that in.
The problem with messy family drama, sis, is this. Chrisean Rock is not the only famous mother to have her blood become her worst enemy. There are numerous instances in hip-hop and Hollywood history where the individuals closest to you wind up hurting you the most. Consider Tokyo Toni and Black Chyn. For years, Tokyo has been disparaging her own daughter, exposing her private affairs, dragging her online, and even casting doubt on the way she raises her children. China's mother pushed her back into the mud each time she attempted to change the direction of her brand. Mother-daughter conflict is equally as toxic as what Khan is currently dealing with. Britney Spears is another example. For more than 10 years, her own parents kept her under conservatorship, restricting her finances, her independence, and even her time with her children. They pretended to be protecting her while, in reality, they were cashing checks off her back. Does that sound familiar? Because Khan's sister is currently attempting to utilize the same defense. All I'm doing is keeping baby Junior safe. However, when money, fame, and following are involved, the boundaries between protection and control quickly become hazy. And speaking of hip-hop, do you recall the custody dispute involving Summer Walker? She retaliated against those who claimed she wasn't a good mother. All the while, her baby daddy and other family members stirred things up. It seems that the more well-known you get, the more people care about your parenting. For a moment, let's play devil's advocate. What if Khan's sister genuinely thinks she is doing morally? Perhaps she has witnessed Chrisean's private spiral, the stress, the tears, the chaotic lifestyle, and she sincerely worries about baby Junior's safety. Perhaps she believed that the only way to protect the child was to go public or call the system. Is it treachery if such is the case? Or can severe love simply appear clumsy in the spotlight? Here's the opposite, though. Family loyalty is affected differently when there is celebrity involved. Why take it online if this sister truly just had baby Junior in mind? Why make a headline out of it? Because it becomes more about clout and less about safety after you join on and begin posting. The streets don't really buy the protector story because of this. Too many family members have gone from being worried to being scheduled for interviews. Thus, the similarity is evident. Whether it's Summer, Brittany, or China, the harm is done as soon as family members publicly test your motherhood. The betrayal feels the same even if they had the best of intentions when they first started. Betrayal is simply another Tuesday in Chrisean's mind. What does all of this mean for little baby Junior, her sister, and Chrisean Rock? Because it's more significant now than a tearful live or a dubious family post. It concerns what remains once the camera is switched off. This collapse is yet another turning point for Chrisean. On the one hand, she has supporters who support her. People who view her as a young mother trying her hardest under unachievable pressure, rather than as sloppy. Her tears are said to demonstrate that her heart is in the right place. However, each public outburst only serves to reinforce the criticism that she is unsuited, unstable, and constantly on the verge of losing it. It becomes increasingly difficult for her to change that narrative the more her family vents about her. She can be remembered as the star who couldn't avoid chaos even as a mother, or as the girl who persevered and grew up for her child. And the verdict is still pending. The future is even more difficult for her sister. She may believe she is justified. It's possible that she did it for baby Junior. But if you publicly betray your blood, you can never get it back. Her motivations will always be questioned by her fans. Was she merely pursuing likes and leverage, or was she actually defending her nephew? She now has the clout she sought. Next to croissants, her name is popular. Clouds, however, move quickly. A hero today could turn into a villain tomorrow. Additionally, she will have a broken family and no sympathy after the blogs are over with her. And that is the most depressing thing for baby Junior. He didn't request to be born into a feud on the internet. He didn't register for live stream drama or hashtags. However, his name is already appearing in stories about family conflicts, gossip, and custody. He runs the risk of growing up knowing familial treachery rather than unity. It's spectacle, not privacy. What comes next? There will be more arguments, posts, and back and forth. Behind closed doors, the Rock sisters don't do anything. Furthermore, this feud isn't going away anytime soon. However, Chrisean's response will write the deeper legacy. She could change the course of events and go from being a chaotic mother to a champion for her child if she can find a way to transform this suffering into growth. If not, her sister's startling action will become more than simply a news story. It will become a prophecy.